Yo guys, like players, welcome back to another video. So today we're making a video on how you can make custom effects for some of your skins on Fortnite. Essentially it means you can put a glow on a skin using certain materials and certain textures, and I'm also going to be showing you a simple way of swapping materials in games. Now before I do start today's video, I do want to say if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe and leave a like on today's video. It does show me that you are enjoying the content, and it reminds me that you do want to see more of this. And apart from that, my guys, we're going to get straight into today's video. So before we do get into today's video, I do want to really quickly show off this website that me and Android have been in development for. Now essentially anyone can come on here and they can put their custom skins that they do make from my videos or anything they have made in the past. So as you can see, we have the most popular skins that have been uploaded, the most recent skins, and a lot of just community skins in general, which we can go through the pages. So an example would be, we could go here, we could view the skin, we can leave a like if we do enjoy it, and then we can go ahead and download the skin, and then that will download to wherever we want it to be. And then from there you can follow one of my previous tutorials which I did leave on the homepage, and you can go ahead and complete it yourself. If you want to upload your own skins to the website, you want to go ahead and sign in. You're going to want to authorize a Discord. All this is going to do is just make a user account for your name. It just saves us for having to store any information. You want to click authorize. Once you are here, you want to go ahead and click your name, upload skin. And here's the real quick upload process. So you just need to put in a skin name. You're going to want to put the zip file for the skin, which makes sure it follows all of these steps here, and then you can put the image and upload the skin. From there, one of the admins on the admin team will verify the skin and approve it, and then it will be online publicly for anyone to download. So now I have mentioned that, let's get straight into today's tutorial. So if you are new to custom skins, there's going to be a few programs that you are going to want to install. The first one's going to be HXD, which is a hex editor we will use to change things in game and allow us to swap over materials and swap over textures. The second program we're going to want to use is something called UModel. Now UModel essentially allows us to export and save any model or any texture from the game, and then we can edit them and re-import them back into the game using HXD. Third tool we're going to want to use is something called Unreal Engine. Now Unreal Engine is what Fortnite is made in. We're going to go ahead and use that to cook any textures that we do make, so we can turn them into UBlock files and swap them in HXD. So I'm going to leave a link to all of them programs in the description, and apart from that, that is all you will need regarding on programs. So the first thing you are going to do is go ahead and open up your packs folder. Now this will most likely be in your C drive. It really depends where you've installed Fortnite. But once you have done that, you want to go ahead and download UModel from the link in the description. It's going to be in a zip or a RAR file. You want to go inside that, and it's going to be an exe and a DLL file. You want to drag that into your pack file as shown here. And then there will also be something in the Discord server which will be a load.bat folder. Once you double click this, you can click overwrite game detection, Unreal Engine 4, Unreal Engine 4.26, click OK, and it's going to go ahead and open up your game files. Now using this, we can extract any texture we do want from the game. So once we are here, we're going to want to go ahead and find our skin directory. Now if we go ahead and go to characters, player, male, medium, bodies, here's every skin that is currently in the game under the male category. Obviously there are female skins, but in today's video I'm going to show you a really basic thing we can do with a carbide skin. Now swapping normal textures when you want to do normal custom textures works in the same way, so you want to follow this tutorial, and I will also show later on how you would do it normally. So what you want to do from here is go ahead and find the skin you want to change. Like I said, in this one I'm going to be doing a carbide skin, so it allows us to do the custom FX on the body. So I'm going to open up carbide, go to textures, and you're going to see we have a few textures here. Now these ones are for the armor, and these are the ones for the body. So we're going to select the D, the FX, and the E file. We're going to want to go here and click export. Make sure we have it pointing to the right file. Click OK. Click tools, save, select the packages, and also make sure this is in the same folder. Click OK. And that is all we do want to do when it comes to this. If we also want to change the head, we can go ahead and find all of the head materials and the head textures. I'm not going to bother with that since I'm not going to worry about changing anything when it comes to that. But that is how you would do that. So from here we can go ahead and close out a UModel. We can close anything to do with that. We can close this folder. So once you have found the folder, you want to go ahead and open it up, go to textures, and you're going to notice we're going to have quite a few files in here. Now the main ones we're going to focus on are the .tga files. So we're going to want to open up all of the TGA files. I'm going to open them up in Photoshop since that's what I like to edit my files in. You can use paint.net, you can use any tool that you can edit textures with. I personally prefer Photoshop, but if you can't get that and you can't use it, then I recommend using paint. So once Photoshop's opened, we're going to have our 3 files opened up. Now this might look pretty confusing, the texture is pretty confusing on the carbide skin. So here we have our D, here we have our FX, and here we have our E file. Now these 2 files here are needed to change the lights on skin so we can make a custom glow effect. And then D file is what we can use to change anything in here. So like I said earlier, when I said about normal custom textures, anything we put on the skin will become a thing inside of the actual game. So if we were to put this on the face, put it here, and put it here, this will be on the legs, the face, and on the side part of the body. So that is essentially how that part does work. So for today's video, like I said, I'm just going to show you how to do a simple glow effect. So I'm going to go ahead and get my logo. In fact, no, I'm just going to get an A font. I'm going to put it here. We're going to put the size up ever so slightly so it just fits in the body. You're going to want to center out. Now this step, there is probably a better way of doing it. I'm personally not too sure, but you want to make sure they all line up. So this file, and this file. You want to make sure the A is in a perfect location. Like I said, I'm not sure the best way of doing it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it my way. So now the way I would normally do this is I'd go ahead and copy the background, Control C, and paste it into my other file. Go to opacity and turn it down to about 28%. So I can still see the body outline, but I can also see the skin too. So once we are here, we can see where we want to put the A. So we can go back here. We can go ahead and get a copy on the A. Control C and Control V it to our other file. And now we want to line it up in a similar place. So if we're looking back at what we did here, we lined it up so it's just overgoing the left and the right of this part. So we can go here and make sure we do the same for that. I'm going to put the opacity up slightly since it's a little hard to see. And that should be close enough to what we want to be. It might be slightly off. I don't think it really is a big deal. It just means that the glow effect will be slightly off-centered or slightly off the A to one side or to the other side. So once we have done that, we want to make sure we do follow the same thing as the other file does. So we can delete our image file, and as you can see, all of these other things here are the other glows on the skin. I'm going to go ahead and leave them, and you do want to make sure the colors do match. So from here we can copy this again and go to our E file, paste it in here. Normally what I would do, I don't think this is needed, but I'd go ahead and copy the color of this here, and then change the color of the current A so it matches the same color as everything else inside the file. Now once we have done this, we want to do the same step again and align it up. So I'm going to quickly align it and I'll be back with you once I have. So as you can see, our three files are now matching, and we have the A in each of our three files. So that is pretty much all you do need to do when it comes to customizing the texture. Just for a point, I'm going to go ahead and put a simple hue shift on the skin so we can see the difference when it comes to making a custom texture. So I'm going to put the saturation up slightly and go ahead and change the color. If we put this one on here, it will change everything. I'm just going to go ahead and make the skin... Here, let's put the saturation up more. Go ahead and make the skin a dark blue like that. So from here what we can do is we can export our three textures. So you want to go to File, export as PNG. And now from here what I normally do is I put an _M for modded after our texture. So we want to do this for the three textures. And that should be it for the exporting textures. The next step you want to do is make sure you have Unreal Engine open. I'm going to take you through the Unreal Engine steps. So once your Unreal Engine has loaded, you want to go ahead and click New Project. You want to select the blank template, make sure you have no starter content, and then type in a random project name. Once you've done that, I'm going to click Create Project. Now I do want to say I am using 4.21. You guys can use 25, however I haven't got that one installed since I haven't had to use it anytime soon. So as you can see, we haven't got a blank hierarchy, so we want to go ahead and find our three textures. Go ahead and drag them in, and they're going to import. From here we can go ahead and click Save All, click Save Selected. Now depending on your computer, I think this will be pretty slow or pretty quick. Mine's pretty quick, so it should be okay. I'm going to go ahead and click File, Cook Content for Windows, and now it's going to go ahead and do the cooking phase. Now essentially what this is doing is it's converting our image into a UBulk file which we're going to use to swap out. So we're going to go ahead and let this do this. So as you can see, the cooking has complete. We can go ahead and close Unreal Engine. Now we want to go ahead and go to that file directory. So mine's going to be in Documents, Unreal Projects, My Project 3, Saved, Cooked, Windows No Editor, My Project 3, Content, and here are our three files. Something you're going to notice is all the file sizes are going to be 2728. Now if it's not that file size, then it's either you've done something wrong or the fact that I honestly don't know why it would be something different. It should be this size. Now from here I'm going to drag my three textures onto my desktop. We're going to go back to our other texture folder, which would be in Bodies, Fortnite _DJ, nope, my bad, Carbide, Textures, and then we're going to get UBulk, UBulk, and UBulk. We'll drag these, and now from here we have our original files, and we have the modded ones we want to replace. Now this is where the third and final step kicks in, which is HXD. We want to go ahead and open up HXD, File, Open, and now you want to make sure you're in pack directory again, where we installed UModel earlier on. Now personally, I'm not sure where this file is going to be. You're going to have to search yourself and go through some of them. I'm sure they're going to be in either S8 or S13 or S12. So I'm going to go through these files and figure out which one it's in. I'm going to start with S12. Now we want to go ahead and get our first texture. We want to grab in this one and grab in this one. So we have the original D file and then the underscore modded one. So we're going to search for the first 10 or 5 lines. I'm going to copy quite a few more. Click Control C, open up our pack file, click Control F. Now when it comes up with a find prompt, we want to click hex values and paste in our hex values, and then just click OK. Now this is going to search for it. Now if it can't find it, you're going to have to go through some of the packs. I don't think it is in this one, however we're going to find out now. So as you can see, we have got an error, so we're going to have to go ahead and start going through the packs. Now this is a pretty time consuming thing, so once you do find it, make sure you do write it down somewhere where you will remember. So as you guys can see, we did manage to find our texture. It did take a while since I really wasn't sure what pack it's in. Now once we have searched for it, we want to go ahead and click just before the blue start, which will be our first offset. We want to go back to our original file, click Control A, Control E, which will then open up the select block. You want to copy the length, go back to the pack file, click Control E, and then paste in the new length. Now this will select everything. If you've done it right, you'll see it's going to cut off near the end, and then there'll be dots, and it should finish like just perfectly. Now we want to go to our modded file, click Control A, Control C, and I'll paste it in. That's all you need to do when it comes to changing the textures. It's a pretty simple process and you do get used to it real quick. Now since we do have two other textures, we're going to want to repeat the process. I'm going to go ahead and speed that one up for you too. Now I do want to say, when it comes to the _e file, you're going to notice there's a lot of blank lines, so we won't be able to copy these. What I normally do is I'm going to scroll down until I see a noticeable change. And you can see we saw a few changes there. Now we're going to scroll down a little more until we find that change. If you hold Control and scroll, it will go quicker too, so keep that in mind. Holding Control and scroll is quicker. So there we go, we found some changes. Now I'm going to copy from here to the bottom, and now I'm going to search this one in the pack. Now this is going to be a bit of a pain since we're going to have to scroll up a lot, and that's why changing the _e files are a real pain to do as well. So we're just going to wait a few seconds for it to search for this. So once we have found this, it's going to be in the middle of nowhere, so you want to hold in Control on your keyboard and scroll up. This will take us through a pack pretty quick. You don't want to use this since we'll go up too high, so you're going to keep going up until you reach the top. As you can see, we have reached it. We scroll down a little bit more. You can notice it was right next to the other texture. So you can have these weird looking 4 things here. You want to click before the first one on over here and then go back 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the start of it. So we can go to our texture, Control A, Control E, and copy our length. Go ahead and click Control E and paste it in our length. It's going to select everything perfectly. We can go to the modded one, copy, paste, and we're done again. Now we have one more texture to change, so I'm going to go ahead and do that too. We're going to copy the FX files, put them in here, and now what we're going to want to do is select a few. It's going to be the same thing. Now I'm pretty sure we can scroll down a little bit, the bytes will be slightly different, so we're going to have to do that stage again. You can see we have a few changes here, so we can go ahead and copy these, search for it, we've already found it, and now we can go back up until we reach the top again. So as you can see, we have reached the top again, and now we go a little bit further. This is where the file starts. So you want to make sure we are in a perfect area. Now I'm pretty sure if we go back to our FX file, you'll see that it starts with y.y and then 4 of them. So what we're going to do is go here, look for y.y. So it looks like the start of our file will be on this FF here. Now what we want to do is go back to the original one, Control A and Control E, copy the length, Control E, paste the length, go back to our modded file, Control A, Control V, and that is all you do need to do. Now you can go ahead and save the pack file, click cancel, and yes, close HXD. You can delete your old files or you can keep them, and now all you do need to do is launch up your game, you're done. Now in order to test this, I'm going to use Aurora, so if you want to know how to use a private server, that was my last video. And if you do want to upload the skin that you do make to the website, feel free to go over to the website. I'll leave a link to that in the description as well. And if you do need any help, make sure you do join the Discord. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and launch the game and show you how it does look. So now we are in the lobby. If we go ahead and search skins and look for our carbide skin we did just make, as you can see, we now have a custom texture applied. Now, this wasn't a great example on what you can do with this. However, any skin that has an FX file on it already, you can manipulate it and change it to be whatever you want it to be. So if I go ahead and edit the style, you can see whatever color this is will change depending. And it isn't the best example, like I did say. I'm sure you can make much better things. Actually, there's a great example on the website, which I will quickly show you a picture on screen now. And that file there is an example on what you can do with FX, and I think it looked really good and came out really good. So when it comes to armor, since we didn't modify that texture, it's not going to change on here much, so that's pretty much something that we can ignore. However, you can see it does glow through the bottom quite nice, but like I said, that is pretty much it when it comes to that skin. Now, if today's video did help you, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. Like I said earlier, it does help me and show you that you guys are supporting me and you want to see more videos like this. If you need help and you want to talk to other modders as well, make sure you do join the Discord server. There's a lot of people there that will help you, and there's a lot of people that just talk about this stuff in general. And apart from that one, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.